Hello and welcome to Kloeker's Education Foundation, where we provide quality content for amazing teachers and students. If you're joining us from our previous video on the foundations of government, welcome back. And if this is your first time, we're glad you're here. This is our U.S. government series, and this lesson is on political systems of government. Before we begin, don't forget to check out our resources on TPT and a set of free guided notes linked in the description below. Now let's dive in. Types of government. There are many types of government, but today we're going to focus on just the most 8 common that we see in the world today. So an absolute monarchy, also known as absolutism, a limited monarchy, or a constitutional monarchy, a representative democracy, a direct democracy, a dictatorship, an oligarchy, totalitarianism, and theocracy. Now you can see on this map the authority of government regimes going from most authoritarian to most democratic. You can see most of the authoritarian governments range within Africa, Southwest Asia, and East Asia and Southeast Asia, and most of the Western Hemisphere, Europe, and several in Southeast Asia are going to lean more towards democratic governments. Now, the first system is a monarchy. This is a system of government where power belongs to a ruling family. Power is obtained hereditary or by birthright. Power is justified under the divine right theory that God has given this family the authority to rule. The leaders, the monarchs, are often called kings or queens, or emperor and empress. And there are 2 types of monarchies that we see in the world today: absolutist and limited monarchs. Absolute monarchies, often referred to as absolutist, the rulers have total authority of the government. Citizens have very few rights and they cannot question the authority of the government, such as Louis XIV of France before the French Revolution, or the Saudi Arabian government. The other form of monarchy we see is a limited monarchy, sometimes called a constitutional monarchy. This is where the monarch is limited by a constitution or a parliament. Citizens have more rights than in the absolutist states, and some monarchs have no real power at all and are merely just figureheads for the nation. We see many of these royal families throughout Europe. However, when we look at constitutional monarchy, the most notable example is England with King Charles III and the House of Windsor. We are talking about different forms of government, and so very often we use these words interchangeably, but they are quite different. Democracy versus a republic. We say the United States is a beacon of democracy. Take a moment, look at the graphics on your screen below. Take a few seconds and try to think, what is the difference between a democracy and a republic? In a democracy, which originated in ancient Greece, it's a system of government where the power comes from the people. And there are 2 types of democracy: a representative democracy and a direct democracy. Power is usually transferred through a peaceful form and the means of voting by the people. In a direct democracy, a form of government where all people vote on all the matters, it's great for small groups and corporations. It is not practical for large nations with hundreds and millions of people. For example, in the United States, if we wanted to pass a law in this form of government, it would require 300 million Americans to vote on every law. Now, there are some flaws with every form of government. In this case, looking at the map, LA County in California has a very large population, and every state on this map that's colored blue Nevada, Louisiana, Kentucky, Virginia, Colorado, all of them have smaller populations than LA County. And so with our electoral college, this ensures they have the same voice as large cities and coastal elites. In a representative democracy, people elect the government in order to have decisions made for them. And so the United States maintains this representative democracy, also known as a republic. And the advantages are that everyone gets a voice because you're electing someone to represent your will in Congress and the seats of power. The disadvantage is, though, that those who support a candidate that loses feel that they might not be representatives because the winning candidate is going to represent the will of the winning party. The term republic comes from the Latin res publica, or public thing, and refers to that form of government where citizens conduct their affairs for their own benefit rather than the benefit of a ruler. Now, the power of the government comes from the people, and if using a democracy, it can be either a direct or a indirect democracy. Totalitarianism, a system of government where the rulers have total, unchecked control of the nation. Citizens will generally only have the rights that the ruler chooses to give them, and this power is usually taken by force, whether it is through revolution, such as we've seen with Stalin, Hitler, Franco, Mao Zedong, Mussolini, or Kim Jong-un, right? They are all examples of totalitarianism. Again, totalitarianism, a system of government where the government is in complete control of the nation and controls nearly all parts of the citizens' lives. They have very few legal rights. The legal system is often very heavily punitive with harsh punishments. Found in dictatorships and oligarchies, totalitarianism is a very broad term. North Korea and Cuba are present examples of totalitarianism. However, Hitler with Nazi Germany, Stalin and the USSR, Mussolini with Italy, these are historical examples of totalitarianism. Now, a dictatorship is a form of government where the nation is ruled by one ruler, not a group, one ruler. It's a form of totalitarianism. Again, power is taken by force and usually requires military support to keep it. But at the end of the leader's death, there's usually violence that occurs, whether it's through natural death or they resign or they're overthrown by another revolution. Very rarely do we see it passed down generation or a transition without major violence. Now, dictators keep power. They use their armies to attack or arrest protesters, often promising a better life, especially for the poor and minority groups. Many countries have never had a democracy, and so they're in a constant cycle of using dictators, and some dictators get support from other countries. So, for example, the Soviet Union supported Fidel Castro and his regime of Cuba. Now, an oligarchy is another form of totalitarianism where a system of government has a group of people that rule and they use that power to serve their own interest. Power can be identified by royalty or wealth, family ties, education, corporate entities, specific races, or military control. Power is generally passed down from generation to generation successfully, and an example of this would be South Africa in the 90s with apartheid, with white Africans controlling about 10% of the nation population, but having the majority of political power. A theocracy is a form of government based on religious law, typically ruled by religious councils or ordained religious leaders. Laws are based on holy books and religious texts. Most common in the Middle East, for example, Iran is a theocracy. They have a religious leader at the head. The Vatican City is also considered a theocracy, with Pope Leo XIV leading the church. Punishments are generally harsh because it's based, again, off the holy books and holy text, and the government claims to rule on behalf of God. And so, to give some examples of these governments in the real world: absolute monarchies, absolutist places like Oman, Saudi Arabia; dictatorships like North Korea; oligarchies like China and Vietnam; federal republics like the United States, Germany, Ethiopia, India; the constitutional monarchies or limited monarchies, places like Japan, the United Kingdom, Sweden, Norway. They all have royal families still. And then theocracies, which we spoke about: Iran and the Vatican City. So we're going to transition to a short little mini quiz. It is going to be A-B, very similar to true false. A-B quiz. I'll give you or describe a government and you tell me which one it is. And so number one person is in charge. Is it A dictatorship, or is it B, a democracy? Number two, citizens often have no rights. Is it A democracy, or B, a dictatorship? Three, can this exist with other forms of government? A dictatorship, or B, a theocracy? This form of government is led by a king or a queen. Is it a monarchy, or B, oligarchy? In this society, there is no government and no one is in charge. Is it A, monarchy, or B, anarchy? A democracy where citizens elect others to serve in government. Is it A, direct democracy, or B, representative democracy? Number nine, citizens vote to elect their leaders. Is it A, democracy, or B, monarchy? Number 10, a small group rules the country. Is it A, oligarchy, or B, democracy? Number 11, people do not answer to any leader or government. Is it A, oligarchy, or B, anarchy? Last question, number 12, God and religious law are the government authority. Is it A, republic, or B, theocracy? That wraps up our lesson, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check us out on Teachers Pay Teachers, our YouTube and Rumble channel. Our next lesson on the U.S. Constitution is just a click away. I'll see you there.